Marguerite Maitland, and I just wanted to share a quick passage with you from my novel, Runaway at Sea, which is all about my great-great-grandfather Robert and his very crazy, adventurous life. So here we go. The ship was turning westward into the waves. Robert heard a thunderous roar behind him and turned his head toward the noise. It was like nothing he'd ever seen in his life. Terror overwhelmed him as he watched a black wall of water moving toward them. There was no time for him to get down. He wrapped his arms as tightly as he could around the shroud and yelled out a warning to anyone who could hear his voice. Then it hit. The force was unimaginable. Suddenly, Robert was underwater. It took everything he had to hold on. He choked and coughed, but it only filled his mouth with more of the salty sea. Unable to tell whether or not he was still on the ship, he wondered if he'd been swept overboard. His body was twisting in all the wrong directions, completely out of his control. Suddenly, the weightless feeling of being underwater was gone. Robert felt the bottom half of his body slam the ropes hard as the ship sprang back up and out of the ocean. Voices were yelling all around him. He opened his eyes and saw the frothy tops of the waves beneath him. The rope ladder was the only thing between him and the tumultuous sea. The wind whipped. It was so dark, he could barely make out the shadows of the men dangling from the yardarms. Everything seemed sluggish, as if the storm had the power to actually slow down time. They were at the mercy of the tempest, and Robert prayed that the ship would not roll into the ocean again. I hope you enjoyed that. If you want to contact me or have any questions or want to find out more information, please go to runawayatsea.com. Thanks.